justice, and we need strong. Secondly, human rights to have democracy, and of course the number three, the climate change crisis.
It's a very difficult issue, I think, billion plus that we have right now. We have enough resources.
We don't have a future. We have to. Unfortunately, we give priority to some financial interests, and we suffer of the lack of respect of life.
You talk about what will happen then publicly,
but like more than 5 Earths. So I think the point is how can we all this climate change talk that has been happening, mostly from scientific perspective or political perspective or business perspective, but the last few years a lot of religious leaders actually have been involved on this, because if we look what happened, the climate crisis is about moral crisis, also ethical crisis. We are also calling our Muslim brothers and sisters the tenets in the Quran that said we are all the Khalifa upon this earth, which is the guardian upon this earth. So we have to take care of the earth. And also there is another teaching in Islam that we call mizan, which is the balance. We have to keep the balance. And right now with the climate change, we're actually go beyond our balance. That's why the crisis is happening.
Fulfill the command to fill the earth. In fact, this UN climate change conference, within the Judeo-Christian tradition, that verse is really the center. According to a Pew study, 85% of people in the world identify with a religion. And therefore, one of the greatest agents for change in the world are religious institutions. They have the ability to reach people in a way that politicians do not, and even in a way that scientists do not. Nana, can you talk about
developing countries, underdeveloped countries, and you see
these UN climate change negotiations are important, and I hope that there's a much stronger agreement that comes out of them here in Marrakech. At the same time, in order for humanity to transition to sustainable societies, we're going to need religions to get on board in a very serious way. Religions are going to need to have their clergy preaching about this, teaching about this, educating people of all ages. How do we transition to sustainable lifestyles?